Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you today about the day that I died and why I have such a passion for health. So I hope you find something important in here that you can apply to your life. So let's do this. Hi guys, Christy Shawan here. I know a lot of times when we get on together, I'm talking about business and how I can help you in your business or how I can help you with your health. But today, that's not what we're going to do. I know I'm a half full, glass half full kind of girl, but today I'm going to talk about something that is not a very happy story, and it's about the day that I died. I had a lack of balance in my life, and I want to tell you a little bit about that, but I'm also going to tell you about how my heart attack came to be, how it affected my family, and what I have done because of the dangers of living a life that isn't balanced. We all need balance in our life. So I'm just going to tell you about the things to watch for. The timeline of my heart attack started on a Thursday night. My heart attack was on Friday, and I was just extremely tired. I was at the hospital, but I'd had a grueling week, so I didn't think anything at all about it. I was tired all the time. I was also doing a workout routine to prepare for the 9/11 stair climb that the firefighters charity had done. And so we were training for that. Well, that morning, the next morning, the morning of my heart attack, I was just laying in bed and not wanting to get out of bed, which normally I'm up and at 'em, ready to go. Give me a couple of hours sleep and I'm ready to go. But that morning, it was a little bit different. But I know that because I'm looking back on it now. At the time, I just thought I was a little tired. So I went about my day at the hospital doing the routine things that I do and just felt something wasn't right. I had a little bit of a headache. The only way I knew to describe it was somebody was just squeezing my esophagus. I had no pain at all, but I knew something wasn't quite right. And I'm not one that complains a lot, and so I sheepishly went to talk to my medical director in the emergency room, and I just said, I'm not quite feeling right. And he said, let's just take an EKG and we'll see. So he did, and there was some things on there that didn't look quite right, but for the most part, it looked fine. And so as we got to talking, he decided to give me some nitroglycerin, and I didn't know it at the time, but the reason he gave it to me was because if it disappeared, it was related to my heart, if the symptoms disappeared. Well, he asked me a few minutes later, and I proudly said, nope, it's still there. We continued on our conversation, and again, I thought immediately when it stopped feeling that way, and I looked at him in mid-conversation, and I just said, it's gone. And he just looked at me, and he said, that is not good. So he went and did some things with my primary care doctor, called him. He made provisions to transfer me to a higher level of care hospital. And in the meantime, as the emergency personnel came to put me on the gurney and to transfer me, I can remember that I was feeling very dizzy. And so I told the staff, I said, hold on just a minute. I feel like I'm going to pass out. Now, from this moment forward, I'm not going to be able to tell you what I felt or what I saw. I'm only going to tell you this because this is the story from my husband, who was standing in the corner watching me die. My heart rate went flat. So basically, I had a heart attack with VFib, which for those of you that don't know what VFib is, your heart typically pumps like this. But what my heart did was it just started quivering, not pumping blood, and then it flatlined. So I lay there for about a minute and a half without a heartbeat. finally, my nurse jumped up on top of me and did chest compressions. And then they finally put the paddles to my chest and brought my heart back. Well, no one really believed that I was back to stay, because once it crashed, there's the chance that it's going to crash again. My nephew, who is a doctor there, was trying to care for me. I can remember he put his teeth on my t-shirt, was ripping the t-shirt off just so they could get the paddles on, and then he lost all reality of how to be a doctor because it was his aunt that this was happening to. What I didn't know also was my son had raced over from work, and he was out in the hallway hyperventilating. So we had a lot of different things going on that I didn't know about. But my husband was melting because we had only been married 10 months, and this was going to be the end of our love story. So they transferred me to the hospital. I got a stent. I have looked at how I can live a more healthy life, and that's what I want to share with you guys. I've got lots of videos on there of how I live a healthy life, or how I want to beat blood pressure or anything like that. But this is something that I believe is all about work-life balance. I was not balanced in the least. And all I thought about was that hospital and what's the next best thing that I can do to make us more efficient so we can offer better, more quality care. And so I was just consumed about that. And I just know that if you feel like there's something not quite right with you, if you're living a stressful life, do something about it. Because I almost didn't have a chance to see what I can do over the next few years. It was at the end of my life. And so you can understand why my passion is to help people understand when they're not living a balanced life, or not a healthy life, or not an exercised life. You have to have all of these ingredients. So I've told you a little bit about this, not to scare you, but to really get your attention, because we don't all get a second chance. I was blessed with a second chance, and I'm going to take care of this body. So if you're not feeling right in any way, go to the doctor, get it checked out. What's the worst that could happen? They could say, everything's okay. Well, that's wonderful. Everything's okay. But if they say that there's something concerning about your health, you need to get it checked out before you get there. So do that. If you need help in balancing out your work life and to your private life, reach out to me. I'm happy to share with you the things that I've done, because it's been a learned process. And I want to continue to do that, and I want to help you do that too. Thank you.